This
About
conference will now be recorded.
definition of all the org elements. So today we'll discuss about definition, assignment, and we'll finish the enterprise structure. So SPRO, IMG, enterprise structure, assignment. So in the assignment, we build the complete relation. We assign each org elements and build the complete relation. So nothing in the financial accounting because we have not created a company. So nothing to assign the company to company code. So we'll directly go with the sales and distribution. So in the sales and distribution, we have assigned the sales organization to company code, sales organization to company code. So click on the position and search for your sales organization. By default, you will see a standard company code assigned here because we copied and created it, right? So we'll see a standard. So remove the standard and assign your own company code, okay? Because we copied and created, so we'll see the standard here. So you just remove this and assign your own company code and save it. So once we are done with the company code assignment with the sales organization, then distribution channel to sales organization. What is this combination called as? Anyone? Combination of sales org and distribution channel. What is the name?
Sales line.
Yeah.
Sales line. So for the sales line, you can, if you know what exactly your org elements, so it's better you write it or you just make a note in the Word document or an Excel, whatever is your object. So it would be pretty easy for you to do this. So ZGPL, and we have created sales organization as something as B1 or something, right? Or else I'll go with the standard sum. Okay. I'll just take some standard. Okay. I've just taken standard. Two assignment is enough. Okay. Not anything more than this. Anything more than two, you're wasting your time. Just assign, save, and go ahead. So this is a sales line configuration. Then we assign division to sales organization. Even this, the same way, we go to the new entries because we know the values, and we mention our sales organization. And even here, I'll just take a standard. Let's say 01 is already available. Maybe something random I'm taking. I don't remember what I intended yesterday. So, but please, when you are creating sales organization, please make a note. If not, what happens is you need to, if you forget again, you don't go and create it back again, which is of time waste. So just make a note on the Excel sheet or you write it down, all these things. So come back. The next configuration is define sales. Yeah.
For distribution, you had created two distribution channels, FA and FB, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So those two
Okay.
are supposed to be mapped, right?
Yes, yes. So I'm just showing you how it works, but when you do, you can do both. Okay. I'm showing only with one example. I'm not assigning both, but when you do, you can assign 2, 3, 4, anything it is.
So these codes will be available in the BBP, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Already they are defined in the system. At the time of definition, yesterday what we have discussed, they are already defined at the system. So at the assignment, you don't need to look into the BBP. If you know what's the values, you can directly go and do it.
Okay.
Okay. Then next is a sales area. So sales area is technically an assignment in the system, which will allow us to create master data, transactions, and everything under the SD module. As I told you, anything in the SD module should be under the sales area. Okay. So in interviews, if they ask a question like what is sales area, usually sales area means we say that it's a combination. Okay, it's a combination of sales or distribution channel division. But that is not enough. How do you differentiate from others? Because everyone says it's a combination. Do you say combination? Will customer understand? Customer is not a SAP person. The customer will not understand what exactly it is. So you have to tell what is the functionality of this particular sales area. So it's an assignment in the system which will allow us to create master data and all other details. Okay. So sales area is a combination which will allow, that means it's an assignment in the system which will allow us to create master data and transactions. So I'll create a sales area like a ZGPL and a 01. This is what I have given, and maybe 0B. Okay, this is one sales area. As I mentioned, you can create two, not anything more than two combinations. But at least two you need to have so that you can try some scenarios later. Then after we assign a sales office to sales area. You see, whatever we learned in the first session, the complete relations we are trying to build now in the system. So even this is the same. So ZGPL and the distribution channel we used 01. This is 0B. For this sales area, you could assign any sales office or whatever the sales office you created, you could assign that sales office here. Okay. So sales office, we are assigning it to sales area. Sales office, we are trying to assign it to sales area. Come back. And then we need to, in a sales office, we have sales group, right? So select the sales office and assign the sales group. For the sales office, we assign the sales group here. Then next, assigning sales organization. What is the combination sales organization and distribution channel? Anyone? What is this combination? Sales org and distribution channel.
Sales area.
Sales area.
Sales line. Right? Sales area means we could also have division, right? This is sales organization plus a distribution channel. So sales org plus distribution channel, that is sales line. So in the interviews also they may ask this question like why we are assigning sales line to plant, right? Sales organization, distribution channel and plant, right? So in the interviews also there's a very frequent question, that is why we are assigning sales line to plant. So why we do this? Because we are telling system under this sales organization and this particular distribution channel, this is the default plant. Okay, we are telling system this is the default plant for the customers under this distribution channel and sales organization, right? So this is an important configuration. Now assigning sales line to plant, this might be one question. So this is the configurations what we have under the sales and distribution. So once we are done with the sales and distribution configurations, the next is plant. We should assign it to the company code, because any highest organizational unit, any module should be assigned to plant. So plant, where is plant? Anyone? In which configuration we see the plant?
Material management.
Material management.
Logistic.
It will be under the logistics general. Plant is not MM. Yesterday we discussed, right? Plant is not MM, it is under the LG. So logistics general. So when you go here, you will see assign plant to company code, right? See, enterprise structures, T codes are not important. We don't need to memorize T codes for enterprise structure because we do it only once. It's not so important. But this T code, plant assigning to the company code OX18, this T code is important for us in the training purpose because there is later we'll see one error, and that is stock posting error. That stock posting error we can fix with this particular T code called as OX18. Okay, you could fix this with OX18. So this T code is important. And this is also a tricky configurations because you know your plant, you know your company code. And if you try to configure it, let's say ZGPL, and your plant is also ZGPL, system throws an error. You see, system throws an error and system says that this plant is already assigned to a company code called as 1000. Why this plant is already assigned to company code 1000? Because we copied and created it, right? So standard is already assigned here. So first what you need to do is first go to position and open your own company code, let's say ZGPL, and you see it has 1000. So this is a tricky configuration. Directly don't go to the assignment. So what you do is you first select your combination, go to position, select your combination and delete it. This is the delete icon. Delete it. Anyway, in the real time, we don't do this configuration. And this is not the way we do it, but for the interview purpose, we need it. Okay. So first you delete this combination. Say yes. Okay. And after deletion, again, don't go back to new entries. First, you have to save it so that this particular configuration get effect. So save it. And now you go to the position ZGPL. Okay, there is no ZGPL, right? So now you go to the new entries, put your plant company code and plant ZGPL. So now system accepts it. Click on the save and go ahead. So this particular configuration, the T code is also important OX18 because later we'll come to this transaction to fix the error of stock posting. So we are done with assigning plant to company code. Then nothing is in MM because we already classified the plant into storage locations. So the last configuration is in the logistics execution where we need to assign our shipping point to plant. Here we assign our shipping point to plant. This is also a tricky configuration because once you click on this assign plant shipping point to plant and you directly click on assign, system will throw an error. You see, system should throw an error. So if you want to assign, first you should select your plant. Your cursor should be on your plant. Your plant should be selected. So for that, what you do is first go to this find icon and search for your plant, let's say ZGPL, and select this. So your plant has to be selected or highlighted before you assign. You click on this assign. Okay. So now click on assign. Then system will show all the shipping points in the system. Because see, we copied from the standard, right? So system shows all the standard is as well. So you don't need to delete them. So what you could do is you could just scroll down and choose whatever is your shipping point. Let's say if this is my shipping point, I'll select this and say OK. And that should be shown here under this plan. And now you click on the save. Right. So that's how we assign a shipping point to plant. So this is how we do the assignment. So all the org elements, we have done the assignment. So now as an SD, we can proceed and try any scenarios, whether it could be master data, it could be transactions. So any scenario we could try here, right? So this is what all about the enterprise structure. First, a definition of all the org elements, and then assigning all the org elements, right? So in the interviews, you can also face questions on this particular topic. They may ask you, so the last page of resume, obviously it will be blank. So they can flip the resume, the last page, and they can ask you to draw the organization structure of your recent project. Okay. So many times this question was asked in the interview. So they'll flip the resume on the back side, the last page, and ask you to draw the organization structure of your recent project. Okay. So that's one way of the question. And the other way of the question, it was asked only once, but there is a chance even they can ask this kind of question, that is, they have given a laptop and asked to draw this particular organization structure in Excel. In the Excel sheet, you need to draw the organization structure. This question was asked only once, but there is a probability, right? So how do you see this? Or one more question they can ask you in interviews. How can I see the structure in the system? Okay, in the system, how do we see the structure? So to see the structure in the system, you could use a T code called as, you could see the structure either at the company code level or at the plant level. So if it is company code level, it is EC01, and if it is plant level, it is EC02. So if it is company code level, if you want to see the structure, it is EC01. And in this screen, you can click on the structure. Sorry, you can click on the structure, EC01. You can click on the structure, then click on navigation. Navigation, and you can see all the company codes here. So you can go to find and select ZGPL, your own company code, so that you see it here and select it. This is ZGPL, and you then double click on this. When you double click on this, you could see the plant which we already assigned and the sales organization which we already assigned. And when you expand this, you will also see the sales line ZGPL 01. This is what we have selected. And division ZGPL 0B, what we selected. So this particular screen will show all the structure of the business. So in the interview, if they ask a question, can we see the complete structure in the system? Yes, that is through EC01 transaction. Okay, so this is all about enterprise structure. So today will be a short session. We'll close it here. And tomorrow we'll start a new concept altogether, that is master data. Okay, so first we'll start with customer master, then material master. So this will take another 5 sessions, customer master 3 sessions, material master 2 sessions. So to finish the master data, we need 5 sessions. So any questions, please go ahead. And any issues while you are practicing for enterprise structure in the system, anyone?
Yeah, I have installed. Maybe I'll try today.
Okay, please try, and if you have any issue, please refer to the video. I uploaded the video. So any issue you have, you could text me with the screenshots. So any issue you're facing in the system, you could text me on the WhatsApp with screenshots, or else in the documents, whatever I have sent through G Drive, the final docs folder, there is a document called as SAP SD errors. What all the possible errors you will be facing while practicing, they all have been already documented. All the errors while you're practicing has been already documented. So you could just go through this particular document, you will find solutions. Okay. So, or else if you don't find a solution, majority times there is solutions in this document or study material because we know what is the possible errors we'll be facing while you're practicing. If you don't find a solution or something, you can text me on the WhatsApp.
Hi, Praveen.
Go ahead, Atul.
I did not receive last two videos of S4 HANA classes, but last week of weekend's video.
Okay, S4, I guess I have not uploaded it. Let me check. I did not upload it yet.
Mm.
Okay, I'll upload them.
And I have one more request, Praveen sir. Can you please
Go ahead.
update the today's video early tomorrow night? I mean,
Yeah,
like
I told you,
at
right? By
12 o'clock.
11
But
you can check, please. By 11 you
actually,
can check, please.
thank you.
Okay.
I, okay.
There's one question like when it is always we have to first define the company code, sales or division, distribution channel, or directly we have to create it.
No, define. That is copy delete check. All the highest org elements, you copy delete check. You never create them.
Okay, and every time there is a request, no, there's a request created.
Yes.
It comes. What does that mean actually?
So that is what you are saving in the system. Okay. And that request number will help us to transfer this particular object to another server for testing purpose, right? But
That is a
in the real,
TR number.
the TR number will be generated. See, in
Okay.
the real time, all the objects will not be created by one consultant. As a one consultant, you don't create as sales or distribution channel, division, sales of everything. You don't do it. The task will be given, right? Okay, for one, consultant one, sales or distribution channel and division. Consultant two, maybe division, sorry, a sales office, sales group, and a shipping point. But everything is enterprise structure, right? These are tasks. This all task has to be saved in a same request so that they can transport it to the next server. So for that reason, for every configuration, there will be a request generated. Okay.
Okay. And there's one more thing like positioning. No, we do positioning. What is that? It is like saving. If you can just explain, every time there's a positioning is being done. So what
No,
is
there is nothing like positioning. What is that positioning? Where you have
oh,
seen that?
that position? There's one.
No. When you do a configuration, system will only ask for the customizing request, and you generate a customizing request. You can transport it. There is nothing like positioning.
Okay.
Okay. So as we proceed further, it will get very familiar for you what all we are doing. To get used to the systems and control the enterprise structure. Later, every session, the next 5 sessions, everything would be practical from tomorrow's session. So customer master, everything is on screen. Material master, everything on the screen. So you'll be more used to the screens and you will be very familiar with the screens.
So as an SD, it will start from the sales organization level. Company code will be already provided, right?
No, any configuration starts with only enterprise structure first. Because everyone starts the configuration only at the time of realization phase. In the BBP, you gather all the requirements and every module knows what to do. And once you are in the realization phase, just like SD, everyone starts the same. Everyone do the same activity. Okay.
Can you please use the latest version,
Praveen,
latest the
Yeah, I need to use it. It is for some reason it's not getting updated. Let me check why it's not updating. Belisa, this is the theme actually. Let me check with another theme. Because the UI has been updated. Yeah, now it is updated. Now this is 760 version, but it's a white.
My system showing Beliza only.
Yeah, even though it's Belisa, it has been updated to 760. You could see here. Everything has been changed. The T code has been moved onto the top. In 760, the T code will be on the top. Okay, so this is not what we are looking for. Should be something else. Let me check this thing. Okay, I'll try this anyway. Yeah, go ahead. Any other questions? Yeah, probably this is no, even this is not the latest one. This is some kind of latest one, but not the complete one. The icons and everything is a little different here, but it's not the latest one. I'll correct this anyway. Please go ahead. Any other questions?
I have a quick question. In respect of landscape.
Mhm.
If somebody,
Wait,
if the interviewer has asked, "Oh, what is your landscape?" Should my answer be development system or the what is your? If you ask me what is your like three in number or what should that answer be?
the landscape by this time you should be able to answer the question.
Yes,
Okay, it's a development system, quality and production.
understood. The status model. I mean, I was going
Okay.
through the video, so
Yeah, development,
for
quality,
that
and
revision.
production. Yeah. So we'll call it a day today. Catch up tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll continue with the master data. So finish off this enterprise structure. So we can start master data. It will be everything configurations from tomorrow for the next three sessions. So get used to or start your preparation with this particular enterprise structure. Good everyone, we'll catch up tomorrow. Bye bye.